Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nufar Morali. I'm a 23 years young transgender woman from Tel Aviv, Israel, and I make mostly transgender related content here on my YouTube channel. So if that's something that resonates with you, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get right into today's video. So growing up as trans, also in high school and other settings like workplaces, and just generally being around and included in groups of people, the feeling of being outcasted is no stranger to me, because I feel like every trans person can relate that something in the vibe around people, you feel like you're not belong, like you're outcasted and you're outside of their kind of cisgender group. I know how stupid this sounds, but it's actually true. Every trans person, I feel like, can relate that even once in their lifetime they felt like we're kind of something different, like there is kind of a wall that differentiates between us and the rest of the people in the group. Whichever setting it may be for you, work, school, university, whatever, I feel like we can all relate in this common thing that we feel when we are in a group of people which are not trans. For example, I remember very well when I was in high school, and my high school where I graduated was a very small school. It had like 4 people in the class. I chose this because I prefer this to concentrate better on my study with like more private style of teaching, with as little as possible people in the class, so I can get more attention from the teacher. And because this high school was very small with like, I think, no more than 40 or 50 students, we were very connected. We knew each other like very well, all the names and everything, because it was very small high school. And I always felt like everyone was friends with each other, also me, okay? Like I did experience transphobia, but that's another whole story with some kids in this high school, which by the way, when we ended high school, they apologized and we all like became okay, but that's another story. But anyways, I always felt like everyone is friends, and also me, like I was friends with everyone when we went to trips and when we had classes together, and I always felt this kind of small disconnection from them, just in the vibe, something that I really could not explain. I always tried to like be friends with everyone. In high school, I always remember that I tried to hide the fact that I'm trans. Everybody knew, of course, but I always tried to just like really not talk about it and be very silent about it. Not at all as I am here today on YouTube, but I just wanted to feel normal, I guess, regarding all my efforts to do so. I always felt just a tiny bit of an outcast, even when I was like the top, when we graduated, we had like this ceremony. I was picked to be host of this ceremony, and I feel like it was mainly because I have presence in every room that I walk to because I'm so tall, and also the fact that I'm trans. The school probably wanted like it to be special, like with the trans girl is the host or something, I don't know. But even then, when it was the end and I was the host and everyone cheered me and I was like so loved and appreciated, even then on the stage I felt like outcasted. I feel like the best way to describe this is that words can lie, but vibes can't. Because really, even though we were kind of friends with everybody on the surface, but I felt like beneath this kind of shade or something towards me. Yeah, maybe also because many people that were religious and didn't really share the same beliefs in me, like being trans compared to being Jewish religious, because I am from Israel and we are Jewish. It's pretty hard because like I feel like in every religion almost it's kind of the opposite of the religion to be trans, because of course you're going against nature or something, but I really love nature. Still, I am in this kind of unnatural transition because that is natural for my soul. Now you probably ask yourself, why am I telling you this and what's the solution? Because I've been through it. I'm still going through it sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, because it's hard to not feel sometimes like an outcast when you're trans, but I found like something that helps me, which is kind of like a consistent work, but for me it works, so that's fine. Like personally, I feel whenever I go into a cisgender setting and being a part of a group, automatically I feel threatened and like I'm something different from them. Like I'm not like them, you know. But what really helps me is just to push myself out of my comfort zone, and immediately, like when I'm getting to know new people, just take this active step to talk to them, especially if I know that we're going to be working together for a longer period of time, or being in some kind of a course or together for a period of time. I just like to open a clean slate and come up to this person, talk to them, ask them how they are and a few questions about themselves. And that is just something that automatically creates a humanly connection, the most basic one, trans or not. It's going to just make things much easier and smoother because you already talked in the past. So really the biggest tip for this outcast feeling when you're trans is to take this active step, talk to people, and intentionally putting yourself in the spotlight. I know for introverts it's going to be so hard, like believe me, I myself was the biggest introvert in the world, but I just worked up my way to being more open to people and taking the first step sometimes in life. I feel like in my nature I'm very passive and I like when people lead the conversation for me, but it's very useful when you learn how to use this tool of sometimes being active and really to initiate the conversation. Sometimes even it's like a consistent work. Maybe sometimes in the first meeting with a person, like let's say you started to work at a new job, and when you came you talked to everyone and there was this one person that you feel is very close still. You can try next time. Just bring always the vibe with your head up. Just radiate light into every room that you walk to, and it will be so much better, because when I was in high school I definitely did not radiate any light whatsoever. When time passed by and I learned on my flash how to be more open and also radiate this into every room that I walk to. So today, if I will go into a cisgender setting, I will still feel like an outcast, but it will be much better, I feel like, because all the progress that I made, which I encourage you to do also. So if you ever felt alone or like an outcast in any setting, it could be even in a transgender setting. It doesn't have to be in a cisgender setting, but if it was a time when you felt alone, feel free to DM me on my Instagram and we can talk a little bit, and also feel free to open a conversation down in the comments below and tell us about your experience, how you felt alone in some settings and how you got over it, and if this video has helped you with something. And if you have more suggestions to videos, if you like this type of videos, let me know down in the comments below. And I love you guys so much. Have a great week, great evening and great morning. Bye guys, love you.